The following is a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you hear do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.
Please note that while we will cover a multitude of topics, including many alleged health benefits, all information provided should be considered anecdotal and informational. Please consult with your physician before adding cannabis to your medical regimen. Cannabis is for adults 21 years of age and older. Also, paid sponsorships are not to be misconstrued as preferred or favored by the host. In any way, they are merely that, paid sponsorships. Good morning and happy Saturday, Nevada and beyond. Welcome to another edition of Get Elevated with Gia, self-proclaimed G-Money. I'm returning to the studio with my now new best friend, Mark Kanz from High Times. What up, Mark?
What up? How we doing?
We're doing. I'm so glad to have you back. For those of you listening, this is a show about cannabis. We talk about weed. We are trying to get everyone in this world global access, awareness, and education of this magical plant we call cannabis. We are returning with Mark this season, and on the show is cannabis and ... Today, we are finishing part 2 of the discussion with Mark Kanz. He is from High Times, running all of the fabulous competitions. So this is Cannabis and High Times. So Mark, welcome back. Thank you for spending another Saturday with us. How have you been?
My pleasure. I have been phenomenal and just traveling a ton, and it's been fun and exciting, and it's great to be able to meet all these amazing cannabis professionals in different states and, help, really identify who's got the best cannabis products across all of our categories. But
Excellent.
It's a lot of travel, and it's a lot of living out of a suitcase.
Let's unpack these things. Let's first talk about what is the Cannabis Cup. Tell people who have no idea what this means.
All right, so High Times started in 1974, and in the 80s, they developed the Cannabis Cup competition in Amsterdam.
Ooh.
So we were gathering product from all these different cultivators from across the world and running a competition. Who's got the best weed? No brands, no packaging, no nothing. Just unlabeled bags.
Wow.
Here's what I got.
Nugs.
Let's judge it. That essentially expanded into a full-scale Cannabis Cup competition in the United States in the early 2000s. And we run a competition in each state, working with the brands in each state to help identify who's got the best cannabis products within that state.
Wow.
But yeah, we essentially, we hit some of the major cannabis markets and return to the really big ones. And then we'll do, like this year, we launched the first ever Cannabis Cup in Arizona and the first ever Cannabis Cup in Massachusetts.
And you do all that.
Yeah, that's, me and my co-lead, Joey, who's an amazing guy who's actually based in Nevada. He's a cultivator for Firestar. And he's been working at High Times even before my time. Helping with the events and doing production things.
Interesting.
So he's amazing, very well versed in cannabis, and is my right hand guy. So I could not do this without him.
Right hands in Nevada.
Yeah. Huh. Right hand in Nevada.
Oh, nice.
So the previous model of the Cannabis Cup, we would have about 200 judge kits that we would set aside for hand selected judges. So we would get thousands of people applying to be a judge. They have to tell us who they are, where they're from, and why we should select them as a judge.
Okay.
And we would only be able to hand select about 200 judges. These judges would be a culmination of OG connoisseurs, such as Frenchie Cannoli and Jack Herrera and, Willie Nelson. We celebrities like Snoop Dogg, Wiz Khalifa. All the people that we know that would be a great judge would give good feedback and talk about everything related to their experience on this product. Then pandemic hit. Nobody's going to events. Sure. Nobody's able to, do the things that they would like to do. So people are sitting at home and they're ordering cannabis. And we're like, all right, well, we can't really do the Cannabis Cup competitions in the typical format, but let's open this up to so many more people, especially the people who've been applying for years and years and they never get in.
Okay.
So we launched the People's Choice Cannabis Cup, which is way more democratic. We create 10 times the amount of judge kits. So instead of 200, we're creating about 2,000. And it is all first come, first serve. You don't need to apply. You don't need to get selected or confirmed or approved. We create the 2,000 kits. We disperse them up to about 10 to 20 dispensaries across each state.
Okay.
And then we go on sale, and people are lined up outside of each door because those are the real cannabis consumers, the real connoisseurs. So they are waiting in line. They're getting the kits. And we get a pool of judges from all walks of life. We've got the OG growers who've been in the game since it first started, and we get the new soccer moms who are trading out their glass of wine for a joint at the end of the night. The generation that isn't your traditional cannabis consumer who wants to, smoke a bunch of flower or dab a bunch of concentrates, those are the people that we're also seeing. So they're now, you know what? Hey, this is a nice little sample platter where I can try some flower, I can try some pre-rolls, easy. Or hey, there's these gummies kit or this non-gummies kit with a bunch of tinctures in it where I don't have to smoke at all. I can just eat something or take a little oil droplet on my tongue.
Yes.
This is what I want to try, and I want to see what works best for me so that I know, all right, this is what works for me. I'm going to now seek this out at dispensaries. They have their personal preferences, and then they get notified of who is the top ranking products in each category, and we publicize that and announce that.
So let's talk more about what's happening this year.
So this year has been amazing. We've probably done more cups in this year than we've ever done. So again, started in Michigan, which is one of our biggest markets, launched kits on 420, and they sold out within hours. So in Michigan, we've done a nationwide hemp-derived CBD competition, which is fully federally legal, under 0.3% Delta-9 THC. So that was fun. And then, did NorCal, did Arizona, did Illinois, did Massachusetts, and just got back from Nevada. So we did Cannabis Cup Nevada. So yeah, those kits are off to the dispensaries, including Exhale, Hardin, Sanctuary, Oasis, Zen Leaf, all the Essence stores, the Cookies on the Strip, Cookies on Flamingo, and a bunch of other great, Silver Sage Wellness. So a lot of dispensaries that we partnered with. So we got 16 dispensaries across the state. All of them have at least some of every kit, limited availability. They went on sale on October 29th, and a lot of the dispensaries sold out of most categories, especially flower and concentrates. Those go like that.
Okay, and tell me about my kit.
I'm snapping my fingers.
What does my kit have?
Your kit? Well, you haven't told me your favorite category yet, but I would love to get you the edibles non-gummies, because then you'll be able to test out some other beverages that are in the kit. And Crispies, chocolates.
You give me whatever you want. Because I can. The only thing I wouldn't do is dab. I don't know how. I like to rub it on my gums. It doesn't work. I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't dab.
Yeah, we're going to get you a nice edible non-gummies kit.
Thank you.
That should be ready for you in the next couple days.
Yay.
We got 11 categories. So hybrid flower, sativa flower, indica flower. Then we have pre-rolls category. We have an infused pre-rolls category. And then we have our concentrates categories, which are split into sativa concentrates and then indica concentrates. We have our vape pens kits that are split into indica vape pens and sativa vape pens. And then we split our edibles categories into edibles gummies. I'm a huge fan of.
You are. What's your favorite?
Gummies.
Let's talk about your gummies real quick. Put a pause there. Do you like one-to-ones, or do you like, what's your jam with edibles? Like when you're looking to buy, would you like a chocolate consistency or a gummy or?
I want fruity, sour, and fruity, sour, ready to indulge in like a couple 10 milligram pieces. I'll do a couple or more depending on the day or night.
What's your milligram? What's 10 is chill, I'm sensing.
I'm honestly in exploration mode right now because I thought that I was more of a lightweight than I am.
Okay.
I thought I would be going crazy with, 20, 30 milligrams.
Yeah.
But I just did an infused dinner and I had 30 milligrams and I barely felt it.
And
then I'm now kind of, I'm also testing out. You know what? I'm going to do that right now.
Show me.
Take a couple of these 10 milligram.
He's not in the studio,
infused.
for the record. How many are you going to eat there, pal? You're going to take it.
I'm going to take 3 right now.
So I'm going to call you in an hour.
And you let me, and I'll let you know what's up.
I'm going to check in and see how we're doing on the 30 milligrams. Okay.
Deal.
So let's go back, coming back to the High Times, which you're presently under. So people have divided into categories. And then the big question is like, what is the scale of rating? Because you give a bunch of weed to a stoner. It's like, yo, man, that stuff was fire. Yeah. It's fire, bro.
So let me break that down.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we encourage people to be much more detailed than that. So they get these kits. They go to the dispensary. They buy the kit. Inside of the kit is a judge access card. So it gives them the link to the High Times judging portal and the access code for their category. So they go in. They're clicking Nevada. They're clicking their category. They're entering the access code.
Simple.
And then they're in their portal. It's showing them every single product that is inside their kit, listed out. They click that, and then they're judging it based on a bunch of different criteria. Most of the criteria for most of the categories is going to be ranking it 1 through 10, with 10 being the most favorable, 1 being the least favorable.
Okay.
For aesthetics, so how things look. Aroma, how things smell.
Nice.
Taste, burnability, which is important for a lot of these categories.
Totally. Oh, yeah, especially pre-rolls and stuff.
How well it's dried and cured.
Yep, and flour.
Or how well a rosin is smoking, how well a pre-roll is burning. Is it burning evenly? Is it white ash, black ash? What are we looking at?
Can you explain white ash, black ash? Like, I know white ash is good flour, but is there more to it than that?
I believe it's mostly just based on how it's dried and cured. So if it's not fully dried and cured well, and it might be too moist. It might burn black.
Okay.
White is really what you're looking for.
Got it. I knew. Yeah.
Yeah. And then effects, 1 through 10, how effective is it? But the most important, I think, well, I don't want to say that, but a very important piece is the feedback, the actual detailed comments. So there's a full short answer response form where we encourage people to go wild on their comments. I opened the jar. I smelled diesel, lemony aromas. I picked up the bud, and it was a bright green, fluffy bud with orange hairs, some purple leaves in there, some nice trichomes on there. I smelled these terpenes. I smelled limonene. I smelled myrcene, or whatever they're identifying, if they can even identify it with their palate. And, I smoked a joint and went on a hike with my girlfriend. We screamed at the top of our lungs at the mountain, and then it was a funny, fuzzy walk on the walk down. Or
that sounds like a real story. With my boys. That sounds like a real story.
Yeah,
I love that.
We want all of that feedback because the vendors are putting their heart and souls into creating products.
Yeah.
We have vendors creating special products specific for the cups. We have vendors, and when I say vendors, it's the brands, the cultivators, the processors, who are pulling their best nugs, their best, rosin yield specific for these cups. So we do our best to deliver these into the best ways to the judges, and we want the judges to do their best when reporting back on this feedback, because all of this feedback goes back to the brands that submitted, and they get to see exactly what people were saying. It's anonymous, so they don't know who's saying it, but they get all the feedback. Some people are saying amazing things, some people are saying horrible things, and they're giving them the real honest truth, and that's what these people need to hear so they can help improve their products year after year after year.
That's right.
Now for a quick word from our sponsors. From the chief lobbyist of Matos Consulting, Jay is spearheading a new bill for consumption lounges. Jay is passionate about alternative places to consume cannabis, so our city and the Strip can remain family-friendly.
So what does it mean for a brand if they win?
Well, the Cannabis Cup is the most globally recognized and tenured competition in the world. So winning a Cannabis Cup typically just gives you bragging rights for life.
Yeah.
And, I say this knowing that I have not been around since High Times has been around, and I get to benefit from the name of High Times and the, notoriety of the Cannabis Cups. When I first started, I was handing out these trophies just as like a little, just a little show person on stage, and just handing the trophy over once, Danny Danko or whoever else was announcing the winners. And I had grown men crying in my arms because they were so elated and so excited that they've been working in this industry for 30 plus years underground in the shadows, running from police and getting their crops stolen and whatever else. And now they're finally being recognized and handed a trophy for all of their hard work and effort.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's bragging rights. It's we have people, getting much more expanded distribution from retail shops. I've even had people tell us that, they've gotten better deals on commercial cannabis leasing space because the leaser was like, oh, you're a Cannabis Cup winner? Okay, that means you know what you're doing. Wow. You're going to create great products. You're going to sell well, and you're going to have the money to pay rent.
Very nice. So what is the time period to which people have the kits and then the judging? Where are we at with our time frame now?
So judges started picking up kits on October 29th. The judging lasts up until December 12th.
So there's time. There's time. Okay.
Plenty of time. Yeah. I actually, before I started at High Times, I got a judge kit myself, and I had 2 weeks to judge 28 strains, which was very difficult.
That's a lot. Yeah. Hey, so someone's got to. Hey, someone's got to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Your morning starts with whoosh, like light it up.
Yeah.
You got to hit the morning. If you're sampling that much, it's like I got to get a start.
Exactly. So it was quite the job, but one of the best jobs that you can ever have. So now it's close to 60 days. They're judging, comfort of their own home, online, and then we will tally up all the scores, and then we announce it. During the pandemic and how all this has been going, we do digital award shows, hoping to get back to real live award shows in 2022.
Tell me again what the awards will be.
The awards will be announced December 19th. So anybody who's out there listening, find more information. You can find the kits, and you will have up until December 12th to fully judge. Get your judging done, be detailed, be thorough, and then we're going to take all those and we're going to announce those winners on December 19th.
Okay, and for people wanting kits, what is your best advice?
CannabisCup.com, look at the list of retailers and call those retailers, ask them, hey, this is the kit that I want. Do you guys still have it available?
Okay.
And they will check on inventory for you and then let you know. But it's limited inventory, and these typically sell very quickly. But luckily, we have a ton.
So then once this is done, then what will you do in January? You're off then until...
Back to it.
Right. You just start the next round, the next place, it just never-ending cycle. Yeah.
Never-ending cycle. I am actively planning out Cannabis Cups in 2022.
I love that.
A hemp cup, a Michigan cup, Colorado, Oregon, trying to expand this into Israel, Puerto Rico,
good for
South Africa. Yeah. So I want to make this, a global competition that, people from all over the world can help benefit their brands for.
Let's just set that intention now, since we're creating this magic, that happens, that this becomes the global impact that you desire for it, and for High Times, and for yourself, for something you find so rewarding. How about that? Intentions set.
Let's do it.
Done. Because
Intentions
I want
set, we will manifest it.
Because I want global access, awareness, and education of the plant through this platform. So intentions are set. Done. Send them off. Okay.
Done.
Now, I have a question. What do you find most rewarding about this work?
Great question. I find it rewarding, when I am there on the day of on sale, when the kits go online, it is amazing to just interact with all the amazing cannabis enthusiasts and judges. They love cannabis. A lot of them love High Times. We get photos with them. We are interacting with them. And it's just such an amazing community experience. So I love being able to travel and interact with some of these people, which some of them are all medical patients. So they're just, cannabis is like one of their only lights in their lives. So it's really cool to see some of that, some of these people who are just having, difficult times in life. And it's been a difficult few years for everybody in the world, for the most part. So it's really cool to interact with these people, hear about their stories, hear about why they're coming to pick up cannabis and why they care about the Cannabis Cups and why it's important for them to, be a part of this process. So that's fun. And then it's also cool to just learn more about cannabis. I come from the agency world, like I mentioned in the last show. So I've only been in cannabis for 4 years, and I'm learning every single day. I will never pretend like I am a connoisseur as compared to, my co-leads or my other counterparts and whatnot. So it's great to learn about everything related to the plant, talking with processors, talking with cultivators, being able to visit some of these cultivation sites and processing sites, and just seeing the behind-the-scenes work that really goes on to create amazing products. It inspires me to try to create my own products, if that's, an avenue that I pursue, perhaps in the next couple of years or so. But, just this whole industry and going to MJ BizCon was amazing, meeting so many people that I've talked with before, but never got to meet in person, or just new people who I've never talked with in my life. And, everybody's just in this together. Amazing. They're learning, they're figuring things out. And it's we're all trying to work together for the most part. The good ones are.
Yeah, I get that. What is your wish for cannabis?
I hope that cultivators and CEOs can partner together a little bit better.
I hear that.
I hope that regulations and permitting processes will become a little bit looser so that we can get recreational or medicinal cannabis to people in a much easier fashion, because it is extremely expensive, it is extremely time and emotional consuming, just time consuming, emotion consuming to be able to launch a cannabis business and for it to flourish. So I just want brands to be able to make this easy, things to be easier for brands, things to be easier for dispensaries. I think dispensaries have, the upper hand right now because they're, having great margins and selling, and it's been amazing. I want the real people behind the scenes, again, the cultivators and the processors who are putting the hard work and effort to be compensated and acknowledged for everything that they do for this industry, especially the ones who've been around for so long and, again, having to hide and run and make up for loss.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Support for Get Elevated with Gia is provided by Curaleaf. With 2 locations in Las Vegas and 1 in Ely, Nevada, Curaleaf specializes in cannabis products ranging from edibles to flower. More information is available at curaleaf.com. Curaleaf, Nevada. Cannabis with confidence. Keep out of reach of children. For use by adults 21 years of age and older.
So as we wrap up the High Times piece and perhaps the show here soon, is there anything else that you want to share about you, the cup, the award, the process, anything, High Times?
High Times has been around for a long time. I came on 4 years ago, and I have met a lot of people who love High Times, and I've met a lot of people who don't love High Times.
Okay.
I am here to chat with anybody who has any mixed feelings about High Times. I am here to listen to people's stories.
I love that.
See if there's any way that I can help solve it. And if not, just promise them that things are going to go right while I'm in charge of the cups and moving things forward. Just competition and cannabis cups specifically. I want people to know how transparent, how much integrity we have for this. We do everything we can to get these products exactly how vendors delivered them over to these judges, to these retailers, and to the judges.
Yep.
We take the scores exactly from the judges, and that's what we report on. We do not change them. It doesn't matter if you're a sponsor.
Okay.
If you submitted 10 or 40 entries as opposed to somebody who submitted one. Doesn't matter how much you're spending with High Times. This is a fair and equitable competition, and I'm happy to chat with anybody about that because I've heard rumors of wrongdoings or other activity otherwise.
Oh, okay.
And,
I can hear a little defensive. I love that. You're protecting your throne there. I love that.
Yeah, and people will come at me, and somebody's even tried bribing me for a Cannabis Cup win with a lot of money, and I declined it. And I want them to know that they will never be able to pay for a cup, and that nobody else will.
Right. I love that. Man of integrity.
Not how it is run.
How's
So
to that?
That's my last words.
I love that. So where can people find information about you and the cup, and High Times rather?
High Times Magazine, so hightimes.com, cannabiscup.com, and on social media at High Times Magazine. And if people care about me and my skateboarding cooking and whatever else, they can find me on Instagram at Mayor, M-A-Y-O-R, _Mark, M-A-R-K. Talk to whoever, and we'll become family.
I love it. So we do have a few minutes left, so we can play a little bit. So here's my other question. So I want to know more about what you're passionate about, since that was a key word to describe you. We know the skateboarding, so you can't use that. I did see food, on your Instagram. Tell us more about those. What else are you passionate about in life? What drives you? What gets you up in the morning?
Since we're on topic of food, yes, I love cooking. I love, just trying different cuisines and whatnot. I used to run a little side hustle selling sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches in the halls of this talent agency that I worked at.
No way.
And I did it under the table for 2 years straight. I would make sausage, egg, and cheese, garlic, spinach, roasted peppers, English muffin, toasted to perfection, egg seasoned to perfection, a little bit of siracha, delivered to your desk at 8 a.m. every morning, reserved in advance, $5 a pop, Taz Kitchen. People loved it. It helped people who couldn't. This is a cutthroat, high-volume agency where you show up and you better be ready to answer phones and do emails, and you don't have a second to leave your desk. Yeah. So I helped those people, and I provided breakfast to them, and they loved it.
Wow. Wait, but let's back to the sandwich. I love everything about it that you just said. First of all, I don't make a good egg. Were these eggs scrambled? Can you give me some secrets on scrambled? No. They weren't scrambled?
If somebody requested scrambled, I did scrambled, but I like to do mine over easy. So it's just enough to where, I can deliver these without them popping inside. But once you bite into it, you're going to have a nice little ooze.
You were able to keep them from popping with delivery?
Yes.
What are you, a magician? Oh my gosh.
Some may say.
So you made these sandwiches at your house with a regular kitchen? Yes,
I had 4 pans going. I got my spinach in one, my peppers in another, sausage in another, eggs in another.
Oh my
2 toasters going, popping out,
Wow. What type of sausage?
Multiple slices.
What type of sausage? Was it ground?
Pork sausage.
Understood, but was it ground?
Pork sausage patties.
Patties. Okay, you did the patties. I'd probably have 2 of these sandwiches. They sound delicious. You said sriracha's going on them?
Yeah. So, and I did fun things. I did turkey bacon Fridays. I did, you can order a veggie one. You want to do double sausage? You want to do double egg? I got you. Let's go. And then what's really funny is, again, large company, multiple floors of young, hungry assistants. I would hide one in like a certain area of the office, and I would send an email out to everybody saying, hidden sandwich, see who can find it. And people would literally get up from their desk and run to try to find the sandwich.
Oh my God.
And then there would be one super lucky winner who would be ecstatic, and then everybody else would be like, oh, I'm so bummed. Okay, fine, I'll order one for tomorrow.
I could not love you more. Did you make a good profit here?
I did. It was very profitable.
$5 a sandwich, just dishing them
$5
out.
a sandwich.
You are lighting up talking about these sandwiches, man. I think there's a future here. You look really, but to me, what I'm hearing is you saw a need, right? So, and you have a passion of cooking, but you made something just delicious that people are scrambling, looking under desks for a bonus sandwich. That's love, man. You're just spreading all that love and amazing good calories with all those fresh ingredients.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I still make those breakfast sandwiches to this day for myself. I'm not really slanging them anymore, but when I have friends over,
I want
always
one.
Request that.
I want one. I'm going to put a pin in that. I want one. I want one.
Okay, I got you.
Okay.
You come here, we'll chef up in Kaz's kitchen.
Dude, that's a promise. I'm pointing right here. I'm doing the double point.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys all heard
Kaz's
that.
kitchen in Mount Cushmore. You got this.
Back to your passions. So the food, the cooking, love. What else?
Yeah. Skateboarding, which we don't have to go too much into.
Yeah.
I love family. I love people I want people to feel confident and comfortable in their own skin, and mental health, awareness is important. We've all gone through some traumas. I've gone through some traumas. I've gone through therapy throughout my life. I've gone through couples therapy from, past relationships.
Yeah.
And I think people need to, and I haven't always been the best expressing my feelings, my thoughts, whatever else. I can be not super empathetic at times. And it's just, all right, cool. I don't care. Let's move to a solution, whatever else.
Okay.
And I'm learning how to be better with that. But more importantly, I want people to feel comfortable in their skin and confident. And, it sucks seeing so many people being not confident to speak their mind, to be their own selves, to speak their truth, and be communicative to themselves and to the world.
Would you fancy yourself a man who works on himself? Self-development? Yeah. Okay. I like this. I like this. I'm sensing a real sense of self-awareness.
Yeah, I feel like I'm pretty self-aware. I would say so.
Yeah, but emotional intelligence, like the first thing is like, being self-aware. And if you're doing the stuff you're doing, I imagine that's pretty high. So I commend you on that. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah. And especially like, for example, in social settings, I don't like it when somebody is like left out of conversations and they're sitting there by themselves or whatever else. So like, say you and I are having a conversation and then somebody comes up to me and they're like, oh, what's up, Mark? Hey, Kaz, whatever else. And like them and I start having a conversation and I don't introduce you. That is a problem for me. That is a pet peeve of mine.
I see.
I think that whoever I am in that scenario, whoever that person is, should be like, oh, by the way, this is my friend Gia.
Totally.
We're all in this conversation together.
Yeah. I love that. I always do that. Like when I go up to people, I'm like, listen, if I don't say their name, it's because I don't remember it. So like work with me here. Like, you put your hand out first. Like I'm always guiding that because I hate when I can't remember names. I pride myself on remembering names. But every now and again, something slips.
I feel good with that too. It's about hearing it 3 times. So they say their name, you hear it once. Then you say, oh, your name's Gia. You hear it again. And they say yes. Then you say, oh, nice to meet you, Gia.
Yeah.
3 times.
I hear you on that. I do that. And I'll joke and I'll be like, okay, so it's Mark. Hey, Mark, what you doing, Mark? Hey, Mark, what's up, Mark? Mark.
Boom.
And then it's like it's locked in, and then it's kind of funny,
Yes.
That's my full Gia-ness, Wonderful. Is there anything else, any questions that you have for me, the show, anything at all? I'll put the mic back to you. Look.
I appreciate you having me on. I think you're amazing. You have a great light within you that you are bestowing upon the rest of the world.
Thank you.
Through this podcast, through your work with Can, and I hope more people do things like this.
Thank you.
Hearing people's stories within the cannabis industry, it's a new industry, and I think the CPG industry is encroaching on this industry, and they need to hear where people are coming from, whether it's they've been in the game 30 years or they've been in the game 1 year.
Yep.
But I think this is a great way to bring the community together and help people hear, and hopefully people will hear my story and feel comfortable approaching me or approaching people at High Times and, doing things with us, whether on a personal or business level.
Did those edibles
keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. By the way, thank you so much for that sincere, heartfelt comment. Thank you. And did your edibles kick in yet?
Not yet. It's been like 4 minutes.
Oh, my bad. Maybe I took one. Maybe I'm on a time warp here. I don't know. I didn't.
I'm still urging for a joint. It's now.
I get it.
At the time where I'm ready for a joint.
Yeah.
And
will you smoke now? Also,
whether I should even smoke.
Well,
that's what I'm saying. Like, should I? If I'm really doing this experiment, I probably.
Well, no, you shouldn't. You already know the answer. If that's really an experiment, then you got to ride that out for another 30.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, I'm sad we're out of time. I had more questions.
That's it? We're out of time?
Dude, I know, right? We did it. We did it round 2. Mark, I can't thank you enough for making time to celebrate all your happenings and to learn all about the things that make you, your you-ness, your Markness.
I appreciate you letting me be myself, letting me tell my story on your wonderful platform.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I will.
And please let me know when you are in LA.
Say less.
But I will be getting you a nice gift here in Nevada soon.
Thank you so much. I will be there soon, actually. And, thank you for your time, Ray. Thank you, as always, for your production of this amazing show. Friends, thank you for listening. Please come back. Please download us on Spotify. And as I always like to say, welcome to the future of cannabis. My name is Gia. I'll be your tour guide.
You have been listening to a paid program sponsored by Get Elevated. Please be advised that the voices and opinions you heard do not necessarily represent the views of KUNV Las Vegas, the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, or the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education.